Well, good day to all of our internet friends, family, and following. We are in Argentina as we take our very quick mental vacation break. Listen, I wanted to just get you a video, quick training out to let you know what to expect for our following on this week. Now, obviously, hopefully you're starting to get our Digi Millionaire game plan. We've got a 5-step game plan participating in auto trading. There is an auto trading platform. They are saying that they are going to show real proof of trading. That's why we will be promoting this particular platform. We're going to hold them to that. And it is due to pre-launch sometimes this week. So prayerfully, they won't have any delays. I know they were stress testing the servers and what have you. But that's going to be one part of our game plan. The second part of our game plan is helping you to build a network of auto traders. So those of you that are already a part of our CRB system, what you're going to be noticing over the coming days and weeks is a transformation within CRB in terms of lead capture pages. We're working on a very robust 30-day follow-up sequence related to this Digi space. We're going to help you build a network of auto traders. And once the auto trade platform is fully in the public sphere, after it's gone beyond the pre-launch to the launch, we plan to roll out our search traffic campaign for those of you that are part of the co-op. So we're expecting that. Now, this week is also going to be a big week because we're going to be introducing our audience to our personal Bitcoin or Digi trading mentor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, he unveiled his site. It may not be ready by our Thursday night webinar when we're going to introduce him. There's some sites out there that say that they do Bitcoin education. I have not been impressed by any of them, but I'm telling you, you want to immerse yourself in this space. The beautiful part is if he does live webinars, you can come to those live webinars. They'll be recorded if you can't make them, but then you'll be able to go into his membership site to really start to get this space, as well as starting to learn how to trade on your own. There's something liberating, all right, being able to take your own trades, being able to see how the market works, you know, having transactions. I'm going to do an optional part of this training. I want to keep it short, but I'm going to do an optional part of this training. We're going to actually go live into the market because I just sold a particular position, I should say my son, in his account. And so we're going to go on screen and place a buy order because we just got out of a trade. So keep that in mind this coming Thursday. We're going to diversify in other credible Digi offers. We are testing a couple of very promising offers. We want to give it a couple of months of testing. Assuming they test well, we'll share that with our audience as well so that we can diversify and not have all of our eggs in any one basket. And a big part of what we're going to be sharing with our audience going forward is you developing a coin portfolio. Had you had the resources and the presence of mind to put $1,000 into each of the top 10 coins over the past year, all right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dogecoin, so on and so forth. Your $10,000 stretched amongst 10 coins, $1,000 a piece, would be over $250,000 worth right now. So 10 grand would have been over 250,000 without you trading, without you recruiting, without you having a list. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is our 5-step Digi Millionaire Blueprint. Now, real quickly, since we're going to have our trading mentor on, this is what we showed to our audience this past week. This is one of his portfolios that he allows me to show. And you can see at the bottom right-hand corner, it was $335,000 on June the 6th. And then, let's see, on June the 7th, it was 346. And then on June the 9th, I forgot to take a screen capture on June the 8th, it was up to 354. And then on June the 10th, it was up to 391. And on June the 11th, it was up to 402. On June the 12th, it was up to 418. Markets began to pull back on June the 12th. And so by June the 13th, it had pulled back some. And then later on that day on June the 13th, it was back up to 410 and back up to 420. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a screenshot of this on a weekly basis. So the last one was on the 13th, so probably tomorrow, which will be the 20th. I'm doing this on Monday. The markets actually had a really nice pullback from the time that I did this on 6/13 on June the 13th. A really nice pullback. What that means is that if you are in this space, that would have been the time to buy. Okay, you don't get afraid when there's a pullback. You want pullbacks so that you can re-enter the market, go shopping, so that when the markets go back up, then you're profitable. And again, we'll do another screenshot probably on the 20th. But I'm looking at my other computer, and that portfolio is beyond what you're seeing right now. So we saw this portfolio go from 157,000 to I think it was 302,000 in 1 week's time. Then for about a week, it kind of cooled off a little bit, and then we saw what you just saw. That was an $85,000 run in a week's time. Okay, so real quickly, we're going to introduce him. I already shared with you our plan. We're going to introduce him on this coming Thursday. If you're not already a part of our webinar following, there'll be something underneath this video, I'm sure, so that you can be registered for the webinar. Actually, when you register, you'll be registering for our Tuesday night webinar, where we're going to go over our 5-step Digi Millionaire Blueprint. And but that will also register you for our Thursday night webinar as well, where we're going to introduce our trading mentor. Now, here's the thing. We're going to introduce him to our entire audience, all right? But he is only taking a limited number of people under his wing, allowing them into his membership site. He's going to show a lot of very sensitive information, plus he's going to show you how to trade, okay? 300 is the cap. And he's had some folks that have been following him for the last few months, and they've referred some folks and what have you. So he doesn't have 300 spots available. I don't know what that number is. The last time we talked, it was about 200 and some change, 240. All right, so when we introduce him, we're not going to mention his name. We're not going to give you his site. We're going to keep that for our CRB members only. Because there is such a limited cap that he has on membership. So you're going to want to be a CRB member if you are not. If you're not a CRB member yet, connect with the person that got you to our following, see if they have a CRB link, register for $1. Thereafter, it's a 7-day test drive. So it allows you to come in, be on the webinar, and assuming his membership site is ready, it will only be in our CRB back office. And you'll be able to go into the CRB back office. If his membership site is not ready, then just as soon as it's ready, we're only going to post it in the CRB back office. So if you're not a CRB member, you won't have access to it. His subscription is only going to be $100 a month paid in Bitcoin. It should be a lot more. And take that from somebody who's sold the $5,000 workshops, who's invested tens upon tens upon tens of thousands of dollars in training, and whether it was in trading or marketing or what have you. $100 is priced way too low. And if a person belly aches on $100, then you probably don't need to be a part of our following. We love you just the same. Right now, where I am in my business is I'm seeing this Digi space as my retirement niche. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you later on about my retirement plans. All right, in about 3 years, my retirement plans, because I believe that for those of you that follow us very closely, I believe that we're going to get many of you to Digi millionaire status. I want to do it in the next 3.5 years, and then I plan to fade off into the sunset. Okay, so with that being said, if you do not have a CRB sponsor, someone that can get your CRB link, you can send an email to click.rankandbank@gmail.com and just put in the subject CRB orphan. if you don't know who to get a CRB link from. Click rank and bank at gmail.com. Put in the subject CRB orphan. All right, so now I'm finished with this part of the training. You want to stick around, feel free to do so. This is optional. Everything I'm about to do is something that our mentor taught us. Now, mind you, I've been trading in the financial markets in some form or fashion since 1999. So it certainly didn't take me long to say, oh, that's what you're doing. That's a simple strategy. All right. And for me to take it and run with it. Are most people going to do that right away? No. Okay. And one of the things he said on today's webinar that I was on is your ability to generate revenue in this Digi space is directly correlated to what you're willing to learn. All right. The more you learn, the more money you're going to make, the more opportunities you're going to see around you. And again, I am a sponge. I'm a student of his. When he's talking, I am shutting up and I am taking notes. All right, so here we go. We're going to go to the marketplace real quickly. That was something that a buddy of mine sent. All right. Okay, so we're going to go to the marketplace real quickly. I'm in my son's account. And you won't understand all of this, but you should understand this. You see these, oh, that's a bunch of sales. My gosh. All right, so last week I said that there was a major pullback. Let me see here. That's when you go shopping, okay? Give us a moment. All right, so that's when you go shopping. So you see a bunch of buy orders here where we got into certain positions, and then you see all of these sales and all of these sales and all of these sales. So what you should know is that for every sell order here, all right, based on what we've been taught by our trading mentor, now he goes for a 3% gross return, excuse me, when he's trading, when he's buying and selling. I go for a 4% gross return simply because I want to net after exchange fees in the 3.5% range. So last week, you'll see here, we had quite a few buy orders, all right? That's when the market was down. And we don't get scared when the market is down. I need the market to go down. It's run up so much. Please come back to me. Be down 10%, excuse me, 10%, 20% for the day, please, so we can go shopping. And so you can see here that some buys, and then the market tends to rebound. Sometimes it rebounds quickly. Sometimes it takes a little while. And then you see all of these sales. Every sell representing about a 4% gross return. Now, there were a couple of transactions that were done where we got into the trade and maybe it was in the middle of the night. We placed orders, and by the time we got to the market to check on the market, one trade, we were up over 100% for that one trade. Just absolutely crazy. All right, so once again, you see all these sales here, okay? So you're going to learn this from our trading mentor, one of our 5 steps to getting you to Digi millionaire status. Now, here's a trade that we just completed, and we sold out of this. So I want to go and place an order. Again, I'm in my son's account. Of course, since I'm his dad, he allows me to do this. I'm going to go in and place an order to buy it again if it gets back down. So what we like to do is, I'm going to give you a stock market analogy, okay? And this is all optional training here. I'm going to give you a stock market analogy, okay? Let's say you like a stock at $10 a share. Right now it's going for $10.50 a share. You want to buy it at $10 a share. So you can place an order in the market, in the coin market, in the Digi market. You can place an order to buy it at, let's say, $10, all right? I'll go back and forth between a stock market analogy just so you can see the parallel and what's actually happening in the coin space, the Digi space. All right, so it's at 1050. You want to buy it at 10. It's at 1050, but you want to buy it at 10. You can place an order to buy it if and when it gets to 10. And while you sleep, while you're at work, while you're on vacation, while you're doing whatever it is you're doing, if it gets down to 10, guess what? Your order is filled and you buy. Then, once you come into your platform, and by the way, do you have to be glued to charts? No. No, I'm not glued to charts or anything like that. I go about my life. I'm working on and in my business. I'm doing things that I need to do to be my, husband and father and what have you. And when I have the time, I come and I pull up our account and we go through. Oh, okay, we sold something. So now we need to go place an order to buy. Or, hey, we bought something. All right, see here, we bought VRC, BTC. We bought something. We need to place an order to sell. And sure enough, we sold. By the way, how long did that take? About 3 hours. That was about a 3-hour trade, okay? All right, so here, we're going to go here. And let me just show you something. It's pretty cool. Now, this particular platform that I'm trading from, you'll learn about if you are going through the training of our mentor. You probably won't start off here. He's going to start you off with an account that, or with a trading platform that doesn't trade a lot of pairs, but that way you're able to get gain some ground, understand what's going on, so you're not confused. Right now, you might see all this stuff and you're just like, oh my gosh, all this stuff. Don't worry about all this stuff. That's why, for those of you who are going to be a part of his trading following, that's why you'll be outlaying $100 a month, which is not enough. It should be a lot more. So in any event, so you can see, for instance, we had some buys and we had some sells, and we had some buys and sells and buy and sell, buy and sell. All right. And this one's a little bit longer trade. We got in this on June the 10th. Market didn't go our way. That's okay, because this is a Digi asset that we actually want to build a portfolio in. So we were cool with that. But we already had our order in place. So once the market rebounded, we were out with our 4% gross profit. So now what we're going to do, I want to buy this again. Okay, or I should say my son wants to buy this again. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to take the original buy price. Let's say we want to buy it at $10 a share as an example. So we bought it at 10, it went up to 10. We were looking for a 4% return. So it went up to 10.40. And now we want to buy it back at 10 if it happens to get back down to 10. And so I'm just going to copy that right there. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go over here to the actual market. Now we're trading, oh boy, she's up 22% today. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's why we sold out. She's up quite a bit today. All right, so we are doing GNT, that is Golem, trading against Ethereum. Now our mentor is going to have you probably trading against the US dollar just to get started. Just a handful, 3, 4, 5 different what I would refer to as a coin pair. In the currency market, the Forex market, we would call it a currency pair. I'm going to refer to this as a coin pair. Okay, so GNT Golem is up significantly today. We see this every day where there's a coin or 2 or 3 that's up even far more, 100% or more. In this case, Golem today is up 22%. I don't see that in the stock market, for instance, which I've traded for years and years and years, where you see, a lot of stocks that are up 20% for a day. A 20% move in the stock market is a huge move. A 20% move in the coin market, in the Digi market, is not that big of a deal. Happens all the time, all right? As a matter of fact, let's see here. All right, so we come over here. If I was trading against Bitcoin, you see this? Here's one that's almost 20% for the day. Golem is up 21%. This one is up 29.52%. This is one is up 33%. You see why this space has to become a space where you dwell. Because when I was in the mutual fund business, when I used to sell mutual funds back in the mid 90s, a 12% return for the year was a great return. Here, MadeSafe is up 12% for the day. All right, Viacoin. I'm not saying these are good assets to invest in, but I just want you to see the explosive nature the explosive nature of this marketplace. Okay, so we were trading against Ethereum. We were trading G&T, Golem against Ethereum. I'm not going to be able to buy this right now because she's gone up quite a bit today. All right, but I am going to go on and place an order. And don't worry about all this stuff right now. I just want to show you that it's not, once you get the hang of it, it's not that difficult. As a matter of fact, it's very, very simple. All right, so you won't understand all this just yet, but in time you will. All right, and then I'm just going to place an order to buy. All right, so now what's going to happen? What's going to happen is that order is going to stay in there until I go and cancel it, or until it gets back down to my price, the price where I want to purchase it. All right, and it's got to come back a little ways. But just like it's up 20-some% today, you know, it could be down 5% tomorrow, then 7% the next day, and then, you know, 10%. And all of a sudden, she's come back to me, and I'm able to buy it. And then once I know that I have bought it, or in this case, this is my son's account. Once he knows, or I check in on it, once I know that he's bought it or what have you, we simply go in and we place orders to sell it. So if we place an order to buy and our order gets filled, then we place an order to sell, just like you see here. XRP, USDT. All right, we bought here. Realize we bought it, place an order to sell. We sold here, 4% gross return. So look at all these sales. Look at all these sales. Now, I'm going to tell you this. It's liberating when you learn this stuff and you can do this on your own. Yes, we're going to leverage the auto trade system. Yes, we're going to do other things to help get you to Digi millionaire status. But here's the reality. I want you to be in a position of empowerment, whereby if in time you've built a large enough trading account, all right, just doing what you saw me do, you could potentially take care of your family just from your own personal trading. And so let's finish with this. All right. Just a few short years ago, our trading mentor had a network marketing company that went out of business on him, lost all of his income, had a baby on the way, had to go back and get a job. A few years later, this is one of his portfolios. 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 Did I say one? I'm sorry. What I meant to say is this is just one. This is the one he lets me show. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, go on and register for our webinar series. And just go on and say, you know what? I'm going to immerse myself in this niche. Love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. Remember, if you are not yet a member of CRB and you don't have a CRB link to register, it's $1 test drive for 7 days, $30 a month thereafter. You'll have to have that in order to access our trading mentor. Without that, you're not going to get to our trading mentor. And if you're cool with that, I'm cool with that. Okay. Send an email to click.rankandbank@gmail.com. Put in the subject CRB Orphan, if indeed you are CRB Orphan. If you know who got you to our following, then ask them if they have a CRB link. And if they have one, then you register with them. Okay? With that being said, we love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. Who wants to be a Digi, my gosh, millionaire?